All right. Hello, everyone. I am Bridget Klein, Willery's marketing director, and also the marketing chair for Disrupt HR Columbus. So this is the day after our virtual roundtable. So we thought we'd get together as the committee leaders and just kind of talk about the event, how it went, and then our hopes for the future. So I'll start off by asking John, why don't you tell us about why you decided to wear a suit for yesterday's event?
So the reason behind the suit was obviously we're all in stay-at-home kind of work from home, and the genesis of the idea was I wanted to be different, and I hadn't put a suit and tie on in several months, so I don't normally wear those even when I can go out. And so that was the first thing, to try to be a little bit different and see if I could have some fun. And then I also know that it was disruptive to disrupt, because you're not supposed to wear a suit. It's supposed to be super casual and laid back. So I thought, well, I know it was an early fancy Friday, I guess, for me. And I felt great when I put it on, because my suit pants still fit, because there's that concern that we're all going to put weight on during COVID-19. And luckily I'm not quite there to not having my pantsuits fit. But the funny part was I took a selfie with it, and obviously there were a lot of things in the background, including a beer and guest jurors and a unique photograph or a painting that my mom painted, that when I put on social media, at least for me, there was a lot of buzz around it. So I had such a great time with the event, and I think putting the suit on, and I know I inspired one of the other participants, Eric Miles, to put a suit jacket on as well. So it was fun to do.
Yeah, he mentioned that he saw you with the suit jacket on, so he went and got his suit jacket to wear with his t-shirt, which I personally, I think that's a great look. Jamie, so as the event chair, yesterday was kind of supposed to be this kind of culmination of everything you've been working on for the last, almost a year. Can you kind of tell me the feelings you had in the morning?
Yeah, for sure. So Bridget, John, and I kind of all got together and realized that we were feeling the same things yesterday morning. A little bit of disappointment, a little bit of lack of anticipation, as we would normally have the day of a huge Disrupt HR event. So in the morning, a little disappointed, yeah.
Yeah, I know I was at Keely's doctor's appointment thinking, like, I shouldn't be able to be here right now. That was kind of what resonated with me, that this was so very different.
Yeah, Bridge, if I could, I felt the same way. It was almost like a mourning or a grief in some regard, because we had poured so much energy, time, effort into Disrupt. We made financial investments, so too did our sponsors. A lot of people had registered for the event. We had record attendance, at least selling out so quickly. And it had been marked on our calendar for 4 or 5 months as the date, April 30th. So when you woke up, it was like, what a bummer. Like, this is a major bummer, is what I felt like. And then honestly, as soon as we went onto the Zoom and we saw those smiling faces, and then especially to hear the speakers do what they did. I mean, if having a small part in picking some of those speakers, I couldn't be more proud. They did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, I think that they were such a great lineup. And I know between the video chats and preparing for the original event and all the different pieces, getting to know them, I mean, I feel like I have like a whole group and community of people that, I can rely on.
I think we all three know them better than we would if we had the actual event, because we've been able to touch base with them on so many different occasions. Not only us, but even the community as well. So I think it will make that much better when they finally get up on that stage and are able to present the material, that everybody's going to know them and they're going to know the personality. And I just think it'll be that much greater.
Yeah, and it's been really cool to see how they poured their heart into doing that as well. They didn't have to get on there yesterday, and they didn't have to prepare and take the time and effort into it, but it was such a eclectic group at the same time, just so well versed and on top of what's going on in HR for relevant, and they're dealing with it every single day. So it was a really unique prelude for us. It gave me even more enthusiasm to put the event on. And when we do it, it's going to be the best one ever, because we've had time to wait for it. We've had time to get to know the speakers better. The sponsors have continue to be incredibly supportive. And so I think it created even more momentum, strangely, by having a little bit more time. I guess, what's that saying? Absence makes the heart grow fonder, or time makes, as you have to wait, you anticipate things more. I think it's going to be really, really cool.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And so what are some of your hopes in carrying that excitement forward into the future for the actual event when we can have it?
I'll just go real quick. I think I knew this was a really unique opportunity for Willery to be part of this and to bring it to the community. I did not realize how much enthusiasm there was for it even before we started. I had a general idea because it was so close, the closest city to where DisruptHR was founded in theory, and having a number of failed attempts. Although this one feels drastically different because everyone knows that we're not doing it because we don't want to do it or can't do it. It's because of COVID-19. So I think that my level of enthusiasm has elevated exponentially. I was excited for DisruptHR a few months ago. I can't wait to when we can do it, because two reasons. We have a great panel and a great group of speakers and such supportive committee members and sponsors, but then it'll also be a very monumental moment for the community and our state and the country, that we can aggregate as a group of people back together again. And for that, I know there'll be a ton to celebrate.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I'm just really grateful because, 9 years ago or 8.5 years ago, I was, representing Willery in Columbus, and I have been ever since. And so being the only one from Willery that lives in Columbus can be difficult. I'm networking on my own, and I'm, trying to form these relationships where we come in with this DisruptHR Columbus and it explodes everywhere. And it's given me such a great feeling that, wow, like, it's not just me anymore. Like, it's the company, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. The reach that we are getting with this event and with your guys' help is something that I could have never done on my own. So just that in general, having that piece and having that be able to even network with even more individuals has just been, something that's a dream come true.
Yeah, thank you. I think I'm excited just to be, to John's point, be in the same room, but also bring DisruptHR. And I'm passionate, obsessed, etc. with DisruptHR. So to see it in Columbus with the great community we've built, I'm just, again, truly excited for that. Do you guys have any last thoughts you want to share?
Jamie?
Not really. I would just say, all of this anticipation that we're building up. I mean, a lot of pressure on our shoulders here, guys. So we can handle it, and we will make sure that this live event is better than anything you can imagine. So stay tuned. We will certainly come up with a date at some point. We don't know when, but we will definitely make sure that we're marketing out to you guys and keeping you posted.
Well said, Jamie. Even though you didn't have anything to say, you had plenty to say there. That was awesome. I appreciate you continuing the spirit and your leadership with this, and allowing Bridget and I to kind of run with the virtual session, because it really was, at least from my perspective, an important part of continuing the momentum that we had created with DisruptHR. And for me, kind of my parting shot or point is, I believe that this will end up being better as a result of it. We've talked a little bit about our chance to develop relationships more with the speakers and the sponsors by doing the video chats and the communication that we've had. So we'll step into DisruptHR Columbus 1.0 with all those relationships already created. And then we'll formulate it even more by having this amazing event with these great speakers who showcased themselves yesterday and continue to do that in the community. So that part makes me even more persistent and persevering through these challenging times to continue to bring content, to continue to connect with the speakers and the sponsors and create that community. Because when, as Jamie says, we set the date, there will be great momentum, and we will have tremendous enthusiasm for it. And it will be great, because it's, you know, we're getting great people together with a great concept, with a community in Columbus that's really anxiously awaited this for such a long time, that I couldn't be more thrilled to have done what we've done, and we'll continue to do it until we can, without any hesitation, put the event on.
Yeah, thank you guys. I think for me, I've learned so much during this process. I've learned how to do a live stream, because that was the first one I've ever done, and how to kind of produce in a very, you know, small, simple way some of these chats. So I'm excited in all that I've learned, and just so excited for the event. So thank you, John and Jamie, for participating and being so involved. So with that, I'll say goodbye, and we hope to see you guys all very soon.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Bridget. Thank you, Jamie. See you guys.